Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. So today is an unusual puzzle. Now if you look carefully at this puzzle, you'll see that the regions are not 9 cells large. So you may deduce this is a deficit Sudoku. This is by Cliff the Crafter, who writes that he didn't actually know this sort of Sudoku had a name and he came up with it on his own. Now I have solved a couple of deficit Sudokus on the channel before, but they've been in the context of the UK Sudoku Championship online each year, which tends to use these, but normally in a 7x7 format, I think, because the 9x9 is very hard to get your head around when the information is minimal. So this could be entertaining. Let's see how it goes. Now the rule is that there is a deficit in each cage. So every cage, well, the simple way of expressing the rule is this: no cage contains a repeated digit and no row and column contains a repeated digit. What is helpful to notice is obviously this is a 9x9 grid, so the rows and columns must have each of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but the regions, let's call them regions, being 8 cells large, are missing one of the numbers from 1 to 9. They have the other 8, apart from this one, obviously, which only has 1. So there are 10 regions of 8, and 1 makes the 81 cells of a Sudoku. And those are the rules. No region can have a repeated digit, nor any row or column. So have a go on the puzzle if you want. Bear in mind that it does mess with your head a bit, because you get so used to thinking that once 8 can't be here or here, it must be here. Well, that doesn't apply in this puzzle because there might not be an 8 in that region. So that's the rules. Have a go on the link below the video as usual if you wish, or if you want to watch my solve, I'm going to start now. So let's get cracking. And where do we get cracking? Okay, well, 8's, no, yeah, yes, 8's down in the final column is interesting. 8 cannot be there or there. These 8's prove that. There is only one 8 per row. There can't be a repeated 8 in a region, so that 8 prevents 8's there. So that 8 also prevents an 8 there, so 8 is actually confined to one of those two, which was kind of what I was warning you against at first, but it applies. Now, what are we given a lot of? We're given quite a few 6's and 8's. 3 5's, 3 3's. Okay, they're probably the digits to start with. I mean, it seems very unlikely. Here's a great row. Okay, where's 8 going in this row? Not there because of this 8. Not there because of this 8. Not there because of this 8. We can actually place a number in the puzzle. Now, this shape is interesting as regards 8's. 8 is ruled out by these 8's from every cell in this shape. So, this is a shape without an 8. Now, there might be one other shape without one other 8 cell shape without an 8, but only if there's an 8 in the central cell. In fact, look at the central row. Where's an 8 going there? These 8's stop 8 going in any of those cells. So in fact, there is an 8 in the central cell. So I was hoping the fact I deduced there was no 8 in this shape was going to be very helpful, but in fact there must be another shape now in the grid with no 8, as we have an extra 8. Okay, top row. No, what about... look, yes, top row. Okay, those two 8's see that cell. Obviously that's filled already. This 8 prevents there being an 8 there. This one says no 8 there. So 8 in the top row must be in one of those cells. 8, so we've just got 8's in the bottom 2 rows. One of them's over here. The other one is not here or here. Okay, they're the remaining 8's. It's either in that arrangement or that. There's only 2 possible arrangements, but they are both still possible, so can't do anything. But now look at 5's into this shape. Fives are ruled out of every cell here. Now that we've filled the central cell, we know that for all the other digits apart from 8, there is only one region missing a number. So once we know that 5 is not in this yellow shape, there must be a 5 in every other shape in the grid. Now that's great. Here, this 5, we know there is now a 5 in it, and these 5s tell us which cells it's not in. So we can fill in the 5. That's great in this shape now. 5 there are ruling out all of those cells. So 5 must be here. This is the shape without the 5. Don't start trying to put one in there. 5 in this shape must be in one of these two. 5 in this shape. They're all ruled out by the 2 5s there, so it's one of those. This one doesn't have a 5. Yeah, 5 in this column. Yeah, 5 in column 6 is interesting. We've got lots of 5s looking at that column. So 5 is in one of those two. In fact, this is a little pattern which involves 2 5s. Yes, there must be a 5. Sorry, I should have noticed this a moment ago. Because we know there's a 5 in one of these cells for this shape, that is not a 5. So we can fill in the 5 in this kind of, I don't know what sort of shape to call that, a kind of spade shape perhaps. Not playing card spade. Right, so we're done with 5s apart from this little square which we can't break up. Okay, and we've done as much as we can with 8s. Now what about 6s? Where is the 6 in the top row? Okay, this is quite interesting. Look at the 6s we're given in the grid, and where can a 6 go in the top row? Well, there are various places, and they are here and here. So, okay, I don't know which of those is a 6, but I do know that whichever one isn't a 6, whichever one of these shapes in which the highlighted cells are doesn't have a 6, is the shape that doesn't have a 6, because we can only put one 6 in the top row, and all the other shapes in rows 1 to 3 have all the other rows 2, 3 and 4, they have a 6. So one of these shapes must be empty of a 6. That means, for instance, that this shape must have a 6. Actually, we could have known that because we know it doesn't have a 5, but 6 can't be there. That 6 means it can't be there. So one of these two is a 6. Actually, it's simpler than that. We can just look along the middle row and go, where is the 6? That 6 is stopping it being in any of those cells, and that 6 stops it being there. So the 6 in the middle row is here, and we can get rid of that 6 pencil mark. Lovely. Now that 6 is telling us, oh no, I'm wrong. I thought it was telling us that this was the shape without a 6, but that's not the case. What else? I'm sure this 6s is very important at the moment. Come on, keep going with 6s. Those can't be 6. Those can't be 6. Now that's interesting, yes. This shape has a 6 because we know that one of these two top shapes is the one without a 6. But 6 can't be in any of those cells because of these two 6s. So 6 is in one of those two cells in that shape. Now that's ruling out this cell, and these are all ruled out here. But this shape also has a 6 in because it's not the top shapes. So we'll put a 6 in there. Take 6 out of there, and that makes this region 6 here. Where's the second 6 in these bottom two rows? One of them is here, but the other one now can't be here. It can't be here because of this 6. Can't be in any of those because of this 6. So it's in this box. But I don't know which column it's in out of these two. Look, no, of course, placing this 6 told us which shape up here doesn't have a 6. It's that one. So this shape does have a 6, and it has to go in there. So those don't have a 6. The last 6 in the bottom row is in one of these two, and it's now a 6-8 pair in that box. Pairs are quite unusual to find in deficit Sudoku, so that's handy. And we're only left with these kind of X-wing of 6s. So we've done as much as we can, I think, on 6s, 8s and 5s. You kind of have to keep taking one digit at a time. What about 3s then, since there's 3 of them? I don't know which shape doesn't have a 3, but if this shape has one, it's got to be there. Can I tell more? I'm just going to highlight the 3s that we've got. Ah, yes, okay, I know a bit about which shape doesn't have a 3, because I can only fill in two more 3s in the bottom half of the grid, as it were. So 1 3 is going in one of those, and 1 3 is going in one of those, given where these 3s are. And that is going to account for all the 3s in the bottom half of the grid, and one of these 3 shapes is going to be left without a 3. So the shapes up in the north all have a 3, which is great for this shape. As I was saying, that 3 and that 3 place the 3. What is more, they sort out all the remaining 8s. Brilliant. And that sorts out the remaining 6s. So a couple of numbers completely done now, which makes me feel better about the progress. Right, now back to the 3s. Going to highlight the 3s we have again there. Now one of those, or that one, in row 7, one of those in row 9 is a 3. But this shape has to have a 3 in, and look what this 3 did. It ruled out 4 of the 5 available cells. So we can put a 3 in there. This shape has to have a 3, and now those are all ruled out by the placed 3s, so we can put one in there. This shape has to have a 3. It's got to be in one of those 2 cells. Oh, can we look at this column? Is that better? Where can a 3 be in that? Not here because of that. Not here because of that. Not there because of that, but it could be here. And we don't know for sure if this shape does or doesn't have a 3, so that's not easy. Oh, that 4. I mean, I don't want to move on to 4s, 1s and 9s because only one of each. It doesn't seem all that helpful. Maybe 2s though. There are 2 2s, and I think I got stuck with 3s. So what can we do with the 2s? It's much harder when there are so many fewer. Right, okay, here's something. This 2 is ruling 2s out of these cells. So there are still 2 2s to go in these 2 rows, which is very interesting, in these 2 columns, sorry, which is very interesting because there must be one in this shape and one in this shape. The one in this shape must be in the first 2 columns of it, so it's in one of those cells. Oh, okay, and then ask the question, where does a 2 go in the middle row? It doesn't go here because of that 2. And now we know 2 is confined to one of those 2 cells. So there must be a 2 in one of those, and it can't, therefore this isn't a 2, therefore this is a 2. Now the 2 in column 2 has to be in the top shape. Oh, look at this. These 2 2s are showing where there isn't a 2. Actually, I could have seen that a while ago. That's fine though. This shape has no 2. That is the one without a 2. Therefore, every other shape does have a 2, which is quite interesting for this shape where they're all ruled out by that one. So it has a 2 in one of those 2 cells. I don't know where the other one goes. The other ones go. There must be one somewhere around here, but that's quite a wide area. There must be one somewhere here in that shape. Oh, and in the bottom one, they could be in any of those. Okay, but that uses up the 3 shapes for the 3 columns. So in fact, this cannot be a 2. This must be a 2. That is exhausting 2s. Oh, look, yes. Where does a 2 go in this row? It can't go here because of that one. The same 2 stops there being a 2 there. And this 2 also knocks out 2 spaces there and there. So 2 is over here in one of these cells. Wow. It's a bit like, you just have to rethink everything from scratch when you can't rely on something not being somewhere, meaning it is somewhere else. This cell is a kind of naked 4 or 7. You don't really pick up naked singles in this puzzle, which is probably just as well. Now, 2 in this box. Now we worked out this is the box without a 2 in it. Where does 2 go in this box? Yeah, it's sorted by these 2. It goes here. Excellent. Now we need a 2 in this box, and that 2 and that 2 mean it's up here, and that is giving us a little X-wing that stops 2 being in column 8 and 9 anywhere else. So this is a 2. Because those 2s represent the 2 2s in columns 8 and 9, none of those cells can have a 2. And this shape needs one, so it goes in there. And I think we must, that 2 sorts out this one. Now we must have done all the 2s in the grid, apart from that last remaining pair in column 8, 9. Yes, we have. Okay. Ooh, okay, so we reset and go again. Now, I keep thinking that 9 not being in those cells means it's there, but do we know which shape doesn't have a 9? Nearly this one, but not quite. I can't see when 9 goes down there. Oh, these 3s, did we finish with 3s? We didn't really, did we? I kind of stopped after a while. Have I worked out which shape doesn't have a 3? It's this shape that doesn't have a 3. Or is it? No, it could have a 3 here. Have I worked, ask the question carefully, have I worked out which shape doesn't have a 3? I don't think I have. That one could have one there. This one could do as well. Oh yes, it was something to do with, it's got to be one of these 3 shapes. I did work that out. One of these 3 shapes is missing a 3. Oh, and that's kind of, yeah, that is where I got to, but I don't know which one it is. So I just can't make decisions. Yes, I can. Look at this row. This is lovely. Every cell, I think, is seeing a 3 somehow, except for one, obviously. Yes, look at that. There's only one place for 3 to go. It's there. That sorts out the little box of 5s. That's nice. So now 4 can't go there, so it's in one of those 2. That's possibly a confusing pencil mark, but never mind. We've done 3s. I'm happy with that. Now, oh no, we haven't done 3s. There isn't a 3 in the bottom row yet. There or there. There or there. Oh, that 3 is sorted out, that pair. That's what's going on. So 3 down there is there. Excellent. So that is all 3 is done. Now, 4 in this column is easy because that 4 stops it being there. We can put 4 in. This is a 1-7 pair. This can't be 3, so it's a 2-9 pair. So my hunch about 9s, if that's what it was, having to be there, turns out to be right, but it was not a reliable logical deduction at all. Those are 4-7. 2, 8, 6, 5, 3. 4 in this column has to be in one of those 2. Do I know which box doesn't have a 4 in? Which region? No, I don't. And I should stop trying to find out, because that's probably not going to come naturally. I want a 9 to be there, but do I know anything about 9s? Right, 1 9 is there. Look, the 9s in row 8 and 9 are confined to these 5 cells. That's going to leave one of these shapes in the south without a 9. That means this shape needs a 9, and it's got to go there because of that 9. This shape also needs a 9. It must be in one of those 2. This shape needs a 9 and I don't know anything about it. Same here. I'm frustrated. Oh, this shape needs a 9 as well, and I don't know anything about that either. Right, 7 and 1 to go in this row, and that 1 tells us which way round they are. That's nice. 3 there. We've got 1, 4, 9 to put in at the top. 6, 8, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4, 7, 9 in this column. Ooh, not helpful. This could be 1, 4, or 7. I'm probably forgetting some deductions about where I have worked out what cells are involved. Yes, there are no 5s in this region, so that is 4 or 7. Getting a lot of 4-7 pairs. In fact, look at that 4-7 pair in the row. We know where 1 goes. It's there. Yes, that's nice. 3, 5, 1, 6, 2, 8. So 4, 9, 7 here. Looks like, yeah, we're going to have to disambiguate all these 1, 4, 7, 9s. 7 there is looking at that cell. Yes. That's a 9 now. 5, 9. Oh, that's 1 or 4. So's this. Okay, this box, this region's missing a 9. I think I worked that out earlier. Okay, never mind about that then. 1, 7 there. Look, a 1, 7 pair. Yes, 4 is stopped from being in both those cells. So it's over there, so we can fill in the 1. Brilliant, that sorts out all these 7, 1 pairs. This is a 9 to finish the row. That's now 4, 7 there. 1, no 1 in those two. So 1 in column 5 is at the top. No 4 there, so the 4 in this box from a 4, 7, 9 triple is there. 7 and 9 to finish the top row. No 6 in this box, so we've got 4, 1 and 9 to put in, leaving a little pair. Where does the 9 go in this row? Look at that 9, it'll tell us. It's over here. 1 and 7 to finish row 2. Is this 4 or 8? It's 4. That finishes the last 2 dominoes in this row. 2 and 7, yes. 2 and 9, yes. That does it. I think the check function will be fine for this puzzle, interestingly. Yeah, it says it looks good, and I think it's testing the right stuff, so that's all great. Now, that's a tough puzzle, I think. I mean, I'm quite happy with a skate through that. Certainly, the tip is always to work on the numbers you get most of the givens for, as it is, to be fair, in almost any Sudoku. But it does mess with you a bit. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.